Was the acid attack on Claire out of love or for revenge? Now, the lady on the right is called Claire, our victim for this specific story. And on this other hand, we have Elvis Opio, who had been in a relationship with her for some time. Now, it is alleged that Elvis Opio is suspected to be the man behind everything that went down with Claire, from coordinating the attack to funding it. And to date, what we know, that's he's sort of being suspected of everything. Now, their relationship goes way back. Let's start off in 2019 when everything started. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy, they fall in love, and life continues. It wasn't until some hiccups started developing when Claire suspected that the man was allegedly married. Also, let me mention that he is a former KDF officer. So the man was married, according to what Claire suspected, and that may have brought up some issues. And it seems like Claire was deep in the love, but at one point she wanted out because it got it got violent at some point, and she could not take it anymore. Now, Claire recounts 7 incidents where she suspects that Elvis was involved in an attempt to attack her. Now, these are 7 incidents, right? 3 of these incidents involve acid, and 2 of these incidents have been reported to the police. Only that, according to Claire, justice has been delayed, and that is why she came forward to talk to one Francis Ode, whose video I watched and got to understand the bits that I'm sharing with you on Citizen TV. Now, let's fast forward. The first attack, mainly like the acid attack, was done to Claire. There was one that involved her leg. Someone poured acid on her leg, and then there was another acid attack that also involved like a motorbike, and there was another attack where now her face was damaged, and some culprits were actually caught. Now, this lady has been suffering and in love. Let me also make it clear that according to Claire, yes, he may have been funding maybe a little bit of her lifestyle, like a little bit of a shoe here, a dress here, a few coins here and there, but she made it clear that this man never paid or funded her education, because her family was able to do that. And I believe she was in a government funded program when she joined campus. So she made that clear. Now, to recount, as we speak, it is said that she is at the Kenyatta National Hospital, and one of the people that came forward to talk about her story mentioned that Claire is not safe at all because the culprits can do more harm to her. She could disappear, anything could happen to her, and she could be wiped out. Now, fast forward, there were on social media, there was an uproar because apparently people were talking about how Elvis was funding her lifestyle and the much money that was sent to her phone number. Only that at this point, every amount of money that she received from Elvis, after she made it clear to him that, you know what, I'm sorry, but I no longer wish to continue with this relationship. After the money, every like there's some amount of money that he tried sending to her so that he can come back to her and they could continue with the relationship as if nothing happened. At one point, he was trying to ask her if he could get her an iPhone 17 worth a specific amount of money and if that would resolve the issue. And the lady genuinely and politely said that I'm sorry, but my love will not be bought with money. And I think that wasn't taken politely. And we see an incident where this man sends her an amount of, is it 250 or 200,000 Kenya shillings? In that range, he sends her that money, but Claire politely sends back the money to Elvis. And I believe this is a case, like social media speculations have it that this is a case of a gentleman that could not accept rejection. And that is why he acted the way he acted. Now, why do you think the acid attacks? Now, there's one major suspect that is still on the loose, and this is one of the people that was hired allegedly is called Lucas, and he was orchestrating like everything, because apparently Elvis was tracking this lady Claire everywhere she went, and that is how these culprits were able to like spot her and pour acid on her severally. One of the people that is suspected is called Lucas, and who's allegedly supposed to be a welder and a boda boda person. And the other person also that is still on the loose was also like the one that ferried this Lucas guy to pour acid to this lady. Now that person on the loose is still being hunted. Now, I need to ask you a question. Why do you think this person called Elvis Opio, a former KDF officer, why do you think this man was doing all these things, like planning all these attacks on this lady by the name Claire? It is also alleged that this gentleman was married. Why do you think it was so hard for him? Do you think it was a case of him not wanting to let go of this second relationship? Do you think Elvis had any plans of divorcing or parting ways with his wife so as to pave way for Claire? Do you think the money, at one point, we see Elvis demanding back everything that he had been giving to Claire, and that is from the shoes, from the money, from the dresses, basically anything. We see him trying to demand all these things. Would you, after probably being rejected or falling out of love with someone, ask them to give back everything you gave to them while you were in love, or while they were in love with you, since they're not in love with you anymore? It is also alleged that, and this is something I just watched on the news, that Elvis was released on cash bail. Do you think this is any justice to the family of Claire? How do you think the justice system in Kenya works? And there's a witness that came forward, and he said that wherever Claire is, she is not safe. Do you think the law in Kenya protects its citizens whatsoever? Claire has all the evidence that she needs, but still is not getting justice. Do you think even after her sharing this story, do you think her security is now even more compromised, or is this going to grant her justice? Let me know in the comment section.